Hello and welcome back to the Football Chat Podcast. The Women's World Cup is here. It's episode 142 and we're here with our predictions for the big tournament down under. Very exciting times.
Very, very exciting.
Yeah, we're covering daily action across the YouTube channel, so make sure to head on over there and check out all the videos. We will be streaming every single day that there is a game. So go check those out, starting, of course, tomorrow when this goes out. If you're watching any later than that, you may well be watching while we're live. So look if there's a live stream. If not, look when the next one is. But yeah, we'll start then. Brief little caveat before we get into today's episode. We are not experts. We do enjoy women's football a lot. We watch a lot of games, but we do not watch every single match. We're not experts. We might get things wrong. If we do, please do correct us in the comments. We love to hear feedback. And of course, our opinions will differ. So put yours in the comments as well.
Yes.
Shall we start? With England's chances, obviously being from England, we are very confident that we could bring it home this year, especially after the Euros win last season. Do you think we've actually got a realistic chance? A lot of people have been asking me, could England win it? Do you think we could?
100%.
Do you think we will? We'll wait for that question later. But
I think, in all honesty, we were very strong at the Euros. Also, I know we hosted it. I know, obviously, in the World Cup, we have the US and we have other teams that bring different strengths. But
yeah,
we were very strong. We were very, very strong in the Euros. We looked unbeatable at times. Players were in great form, looked brilliant. Obviously, we are missing a couple.
Yeah, we are definitely a weaker side, I would say, without the likes of Leah Williamson, without Beth Mead, of course, the big miss, really. It is going to be difficult, but I do still think we are strong favourites. Well, probably not favourites, but we are close behind the US.
In a world that USA exists, we'll never be favourites, but we can definitely give it a good go.
We certainly can. We're going to start with a few different predictions then before we get into that tournament tree. We're going to start with those little awards and prizes, the type of things everyone predicts for a tournament. We'll start with dark horses. That's that team that you maybe think a bit underrated. You think maybe could get quite far in the tournament despite the odds, against the odds. Who are your dark horses, Harry?
I have gone for Jamaica.
Ooh.
So it's a bit of an out there one because usually you go for dark horses which are good teams, but they're not. You wouldn't expect them to go far. Maybe you'd back them.
Yeah.
And I thought It was tough because there obviously we've got a few teams that have never been to the World Cup before, but you're not really going for them dark horses because it's a long shot. But obviously there are quite a few teams that I could see getting out of the groups. Jamaica are one of those where you wouldn't expect them to get out of the groups, but you're not expecting them to get battered every week. I think they've got a decent squad. They've got one or two players like Khadija Shaw who could step up, get them a goal, maybe do enough to get them out of the groups.
Yeah, I mean, she's their best player by far. She will score a lot in this tournament, you expect. She's already her nation's highest goal scorer. I think it's something like 55 goals in 38 appearances. So certainly prolific on international level. And we saw this season, I believe it was her first campaign in the WSL when she took the Golden Boot. So she is a very good goal scorer.
It is very exciting.
If she can score that same volume, what other team can stop her?
Exactly. The only concern is that there are only 4 registered defenders, but that's not a problem.
I think that might just be FootMob's register sorting system rather than being they don't have any defenders.
They've got none.
Surely there's someone that can play in defence. Fair enough. I think they've got a tough group. Obviously, France and Brazil aren't going to be easy opponents.
No. Panama should be.
They should be Panama quite comfortably. It's their first tournament, of course. But I do think they could get the better of one of them.
Maybe.
I think
even if you draw them both.
It's more likely to be Brazil. Yeah. But, I think they definitely could potentially get the better of one of them. My dark horses, I've gone for Zambia. Now, these are it's a very rogue shout. They have never been at a World Cup before. This is their first World Cup, but I think they're something special. They beat Germany in a pre-tournament friendly 3-2. Did require a 101st minute goal there, but Germany required a 110th minute goal to level it up.
Yeah.
So a lot of added time in that game. But I feel like there's something there, something that's Zambia. They're a country that have been there, and I think they could provide a bit of a shock. Let me just find my notes on Zambia because I was looking at them earlier. I found them really interesting. Lowest ranked team at the competition. They're very much against the odds here, but this is their first time. They're going to bring something new. I think their star player is probably Barbara Banda, and we'll probably bang on her about her throughout the tournament if she performs as I expect, because she has been very, very good. Tends to play as attack midfielder, plays in the Chinese Super League, and is just a really, really decent player. If she can score, like she has been in recent other tournaments for Zambia, like the AFCON in 2022, if she can score a couple goals, that could get Zambia through. And I don't think they've got the toughest group ever, because they play in Costa Rica, which I think they could win. Spain, who only have really half their starting 11. A lot of their squad aren't playing this summer because they don't like the manager, Jorge Vilda. I'm not clued up 100% on that situation. All I know is half the squad aren't playing. I don't know the background behind that, really. No. But anyway, Spain have a depleted side. And then they've got Japan in there as well, who, bar a few exceptional talents like Yui Hasegawa at Man City, I don't think they're overall that strong. No. They have been in recent tournaments and they are sort of dominant of the Asian sides. I think they've won the Asian Cup quite often. No, actually, China are probably better than them, I would say, because they've won that loads of... I think they won the last Asian Cup and they've won it quite a few times in the past. Yeah. But I just feel like Zambia could provide an upset. I feel like they could definitely get second in the group. It's going to be really tight, but I think they could just about do it. So that's why I've gone for them as my dark horses. On to the other ones then, and the other little things to go through. Top goal scorer. Now, obviously, thinking back to the Euros last year, we had a joint on 6 goals of Alexandra Popp and Beth Mead. No Mead this summer. Pop's still going to be a favourite, though. But who would you go for as top goal scorer?
Yeah, I mean, there are quite a few options. You say you've got Popp, you've got... all the Morgan and Rapinoe always could be in for a shout when it comes to the World Cup. You've got Lieke Mertens and Beerenstein at Netherlands. Yeah, do you think Alex Morgan will start?
I think it'd be interesting to see. Yeah. I mean, it would be weird to see Alex Morgan not start, but it's going to be close between her and... Name escapes me now, I'm going to have to look it up. But they have a really good striker. Sophia Smith. I think they're both very similar, but... Obviously, Sophia Smith is a lot younger.
Again, she's in there for a shout. I think Le Sommer.
Yeah, of course.
France. And,
could Marta last World Cup? Yeah, well, probably a last World Cup. You never know. She might go it for a 7th.
Yeah, so there are a few options. I have gone it closer to home. Call me a little bit biased. I've put Alessia Russo.
A little bit biased. 100% biased.
I just think if England is to go deep, she is going to spearhead this team. And she's going to be the main star in this. Yeah. Rachel Daly is also in a shout to start.
But do you think she'll start off the wing though, more likely, if she is going to start?
Well, I don't know. She started off front of it, didn't she? And did she take the golden boot in the WSL, or did she come second? I thought she took it.
I thought she Khadija Shaw, but she may have picked.
I think Rachel Daly took it in the end.
Potentially.
We can probably double check, but Rachel Daly had a brilliant campaign. Obviously, we kind of thought of her as a left back during the Euros, but. She's kind of strong. She's definitely a shout. I just think Russo's been brilliant to United. She's got...
Oh yeah, Daly did pip Shaw in the end. Fair enough.
She's got that move to Arsenal now. She said that to get it done before the Women's World Cup is a massive weight off her shoulders. So she hasn't got to worry about that now. She knows she's got to impress her new employers in Arsenal. I think if England's... And I think England will go deep.
I didn't realise you'd moved on from Daly. Oh, I thought, hang on, I completely missed this. Russo, of course.
I think she'll take it. It'll be close though. We could see another tie. We could see a few players up there.
Yeah, fair enough. I've gone based off who I think has the easiest group. Yeah. And I've gone for German forward Alexandra Popp. We saw at the last tournament, she was always involved in the goals. I think if Germany are going to go deep in this tournament, it will be because Popp will score a lot of goals. That's what she does. She's a very, very good forward, great finisher. Her movement is exceptional, very good at getting in behind, but also very good at holding the ball up and getting other players in behind who can then create chances for her. So I think overall, her overall game is really, really good. And of course, the German national side is very strong. Their chance creation is very good with players like Clara Buhl or Lena Schuler, depending on who plays out wide. You've also got Lena Oberdorf, who was, of course, the best young player at the last Euros, and very much deserved that. So a lot of creative players on that German side will give her a lot of chances. I think she's got a really nice group stage as well. I don't think that there should be any team in that group that could cause her problems. They should score quite a few. It will be tough. Don't get me wrong, every group is going to be tough. But of all the groups you want to be in, that Colombia, Morocco, South Korea, that feels like a group that she can definitely score a lot of goals in. And then after that, I don't think their run is too difficult to the semi-finals. Of course, there could be difficult matches, but I think they avoid the US and the Netherlands and England. I think they're all on the other side of the draw. So I think that definitely helps them. And I think, Alexandra Popp will get a lot of goals. Yeah, obviously, the draw will all depend on where they finish and everything. Yeah. But they could have the most difficult draw ever if the US finished second or something. But I think for me, Germany are good to go quite far in the tournament. I think Popp will be a big part of that.
Fair enough.
Moving on then to, what else have we got to talk about? Well, we have the Golden Glove. This was, I can't remember who took it in the Euros last year. Was it Mary Earps?
I think it might have been.
I think it must have been. But yeah, a Golden Glove, obviously the goalkeeper that keeps the most clean sheets throughout the tournament. There's a few shouts out there, a few good goalkeepers. Who are you backing?
There are quite a few. And I did think about going for Mary Earps, because she was phenomenal during those Euros. But I've gone from a goalkeeper that was also phenomenal in the Euros. You speak about how Alexander Popp and Germany going forward are very strong. I think defensively they are also very solid. So I have gone for Fröms in the German net. I remember one game very clearly. I think it was Germany-France in the Women's Euros, and I think it was a draw. And she was absolutely brilliant in that game. I think she saved a penalty.
She always is. She just tends to be a very good goalkeeper.
Very, very good goalkeeper.
I mean, to keep Ann-Kathrin Berger out of the Germany national side, I think that tells you everything about how good she is.
Winning keeper.
That's like the Neuer to Stegen problem.
Yeah.
Because you've got such a good goalkeeper in Stegen, but can't get in the town. So they've just got great goalkeepers.
They've got so many good goalkeepers.
Yeah.
You know,
it was part of their sort of renewal in the late, boring history lesson, but in case anyone's interested, towards the late end of the 2000s, they sort of changed the way they developed footballers. They made a lot more technical players. That's why you see such an influx of midfielders. And then that's why you see goalkeepers that are so good on the ball.
Yeah.
And that's why they have their defenders, all forwards. I mean, they've only got Nicholas Fulkrug up front.
Yeah, I think that as much as Pot will be banging the goals at the front, if they're really going to go deep in this competition, Fröms is going to keep them out as well.
Yeah, 100%. And to be fair, she's got a really good defence in front of her, so they should be fairly solid as well. I've gone Mary Earps because it is just the obvious choice, isn't it? England, the most solid defence of the last Euros. I am concerned that without Leah Williamson, it might be a bit more shaky, but I still think it's strong enough. I don't think a partnership of Greenwood or Houghton is weak at all. I think is Bronze back fit? Or is she not fit yet? I can't remember whether she is good to play. I don't think she played in the friendlies, did she?
I think she'll be right. She's not displaying it.
Who played against Portugal? Oh, they don't even have to line up on here. But I would be, if she's not fit, that is a problem. But I still think we've got a strong defence. Definitely got a strong defence in there. I didn't mean Steph out, by the way. I meant Millie Bright completely.
Yeah.
But even if it's Jess Carter in there, you've still got a really strong defence. So I think England will have the strongest defence. We saw Mary Earps last tournament, a fantastic goalkeeper. I just think it makes sense. Just think it makes a lot of sense.
Definitely.
Up next, player of the tournament then. Who are you thinking, Harry?
Now, I mean, we usually see player of the tournament go hand in hand with either top goal scorer or Golden Glove or the assist, whatever it's called.
Very rarely Golden Glove, but yeah.
Yeah. I've gone for my top goal scorer. I've gone Alessia Rousseau again to be player of the tournament. I just think not only, will she be top goal scorer, which is going to give her a massive helping hand. I just think her link up with Toon is brilliant. I think her overall play she's just a very, very good striker. I mean, there's a reason why 11 contributions in 20 games in the WSL this season. Being signed by Arsenal, who want to make a big push for the league. I think she could, if England are going to go win it, or at least get to the final, she'll be the player that's going to step up.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it last tournament. She scored plenty of goals and she didn't even start. So if she could do that again while starting,
off the bench, she was brilliant.
Yeah, and while she will have to compete with Rachel Daly for minutes, and she may well miss that third group game, that's the other negative of having a less competitive group, is you may be rested. So golden boot and stuff like that, that's one less game, of course. But to play the tournament, she will be consistent over the tournament,
with that
I think.
Top goal scorer, she could definitely stat, no offence to Haiti, but England can stat pad there.
Yeah, I wouldn't disrespect Haiti. I think they're looking quite decent.
But like Russo could at least get a double.
Could, yeah. Should.
Probably will.
Yeah, I think Haiti will be that's obviously our first game. That'll be an interesting one. If we can batter them, that will put us in very good stead. Yeah. But yeah, my player of the tournament then, I've gone for someone who doesn't often get recognised. So this is a bit more of a rogue shout because I know, a lot of the time it's the forwards, it's the wingers, it's the players that do the fun things. I've gone for someone who won't be recognised as much, but a player I rate very highly, Jill Roord. Obviously just got that big money move to Manchester City. I think she is just an incredible player. She's so energetic in midfield, great tackler. She gets everywhere. She's very much an N'Golo Kante type profile. Not very tall, but gets everywhere and good going forward good at driving that ball forwards for the Netherlands. I think that would be really useful, and I do think the Netherlands are going deep. I think they may even be... Well, they'll be one of the final four, I reckon, at least. But, yeah, they're a very good side. They should be going deep. Will be interesting to see. And I think if they do, she'll be crucial. Because their attack is weakened. They've got no Vivian Miedema. Of course, they've still got players like Lieke Mertens and Berenstain, who are fantastic footballers. But I think Jill Roord her importance could be heightened this summer because they don't have Miedema.
Yeah.
Finally then, young player of the tournament. Who are you thinking for young player of the tournament?
Again, there was another one. There was quite a few candidates for this one. Now, I have kind of just used... there's proof in the pudding for this one. I've gone for Lena Erberdev.
Yeah.
I mean, this one is pretty easy. She picked it up at the Euros, which, again, isn't surprising. She is a very, very good player, despite only being 21 years of age. She looked brilliant in the what is the Bundesliga? I don't know what
the Frauen Bundesliga is still, yeah.
I mean, just magical again across the board. Champions League, same thing. She's been really, really solid. I mean, Wolfsburg team that got to the final, she played really well in that. You look back to those Euros, she was brilliant defensively.
That's exactly why she won it, of course.
I was like, average rating of 7.85 across 5 football games is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I just don't see anyone beating her to it this year.
Fair enough. I've gone for a bit more of a boring pick, but I want to do some honourable mentions first because I feel like with these player of the tournament, young player of the tournament type awards, they often overlook the players for the smaller sides that don't get as far in the tournament. It tends to go to a player on one of the sides that gets to the final or the semis that just happens to be under 21. That tends to be how it goes. But I'm going to go... So for some honourable mentions first, I'm going to go for Haiti winger, or attack midfielder, Melchi Dumonet. She's a very exciting 18-year-old. Will join Lyon next season. That's been announced just before this tournament. So I think she's a really incredible talent. I think if Haiti are going to have any luck this summer, she's going to have to do a lot. Because let's be honest, Haiti aren't the strongest, but... She is a good player. She is only 18. This is a chance to really prove her worth, I think. And the other one is the Colombian winger, Linda Caicedo. Of course, joined Real Madrid a year ago, I believe it was now, when she was only 17. She was immense in the Copa America in 2022. And I think if she can carry that into the World Cup, then I definitely think Colombia could do something. Yeah. They've got an interesting group, of course, with Germany, Morocco and South Korea. That's not really easy to get out of because you'd expect Germany to be top and then the other three will fight out for second place. Yeah. So it's going to be difficult. I think she could be a real difference maker. Plays off the left wing, very exciting player, gets a lot of goals. It's very exciting, as I say. But I think they often give these to the better players. Well, not to the better players, but the teams playing for the stronger nations. Therefore, I'm going for Lauren James.
Yeah.
So I do think England are going to go deep. I do think she's a really, really good player. And with Beth Mead out the side, I think she'll likely start. Can't really see who starts on that left wing ahead of her. I would
a lot of weight on her shoulders with her first international, because she wasn't there in the Euro 20. She wasn't there in the Euros.
No, she didn't play in the Euros. No.
So her first major international tournament, as you say, got to step up in the place of an injured world class player in Beth Mead. Took the Euros by storm. Big shoes to fill for Lauren James. But I think she can fill them. I
was going to say, if there's anyone that can deal with the expectation, it's Lauren James.
Yeah.
She's been doing that her whole career. Because everyone knows exactly who she is because of Reece James. Yeah. And yet she always performs. If you looked at her, if you watch her for Chelsea this season, she has been exceptional, and I think she will adapt to the international tournament just as she's adapted to that.
This is her tournament to go from being known as Reece James' sister to being known as Lauren James.
Yeah, and I hope she does get recognised more for her own talents because she's an incredible footballer. Of course, only 21, I think, so she is very much eligible for this
news
award.
Articles that go, Reece James' sister now plays she is Lauren James, and she's going to put her name out there this tournament.
She deserves recognition on her own.
Calling it now.
Yeah, she's not Phil Neville. They're equals. Equal siblings. Should we get to the tournament tree? We're not going to go through all the groups. We've done our own groups, and then that will work out, of course, throughout the tournament tree. We'll go through the groups, look at the sides, look at the key players for every team, and talk about who we think will finish where. So, yeah. Shall we start then with, of course, Group A? It would be very strange to start anywhere else. With, of course, an interesting lineup. So just to run through the teams firstly in Group A, we've got hosts New Zealand, or joint hosts New Zealand. We've got Norway, we've got Switzerland, and we have the Philippines. So, yeah. Who do we expect to be the strongest in this group?
I think we're looking at Switzerland.
Really? That's interesting.
I know it's interesting because I know Norway are very good. I think it's going to be close between those two.
Yeah.
Obviously, Norway, the likes of Guro Reiten, Ada Hegerberg, that's just to name a few in the attacking department.
So am I right in saying we're both on Philippines bottom then?
Yes.
Yeah. I think they're obviously good enough to get to a World Cup, because they are here, of course.
Done it.
But they are going to struggle from here. They do have a decent forward, of course, Quinley Quezada. She scored a lot of goals playing out in Serbia for Red Star Belgrade. She's, of course, their striker. If she can score, maybe they can get through. I just don't know how many chances they're going to create.
I just don't see them beating the other three teams in the division, in the group.
No, probably not. They have got Alan Stakic, who is the former Australian manager, as their manager now. He's been in charge since 2021. That could that could be really useful. Yeah. I don't know though. I feel like his experience won't make up for the lack of experience throughout the squad.
But he's on home soil. Who knows what happens?
Yeah, potentially. Maybe he'll be able to speak Australian to the fans. They'll all love him.
Get some kangaroo magic. What do they do down there?
Kangaroo magic.
Really?
But yeah. So then third, am I right in saying we're back on New Zealand?
Yes.
As much as they're hosts, I just don't think they're going to be. Yeah.
They've got the home crowd, and then.
Yeah.
Not really much else.
Manager very experienced in women's football, former Czech international as well. Jitka Klimkova, very good player in her day as well. 2021 she joined, so she's been there in preparation for this tournament over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't think the squad has got that talent. They've got it's a very old squad as well, I would say. They've got Percival at Tottenham. I've forgotten her first name now, but she's the most capped player for New Zealand. They've also got Ali Riley, their captain, who has played a lot of games. I think she's their star player, but yeah, centre half, great leader, but I don't know if that will translate to performance. But yeah, I also have to say I love the team names for some of the US teams, because Ali Riley plays for Angel City FC. And we're going to go for a few more of those team names as we go through some of the star players. But yeah, I think New Zealand on home soil won't be able to pull it off.
Fair enough.
So those top two positions are much more contested then. Who have you gone to top the group?
I want Switzerland.
Ooh, rogue.
It is rogue. It is very close. It is really close. I just think both. I think it could be on goal difference. They could both go. I don't know what could separate them over 90 minutes. Would be very difficult. I think they're two very close games. Again, two teams that have those standout players that can provide a massive moment. Yeah. Switzerland. You're looking towards Alicia Lehmann.
I think she's good, but I wouldn't say she's even the best of the front three. I think she's the worst of the front three. Of course, they've got the Barcelona forward, whose name is very easy to pronounce, Harry.
No, I'm not going to Kurnogorovic.
Senogocevic, of course. Anna Marie Senogocevic. She is a very talented footballer. She's really good. She will be very good this tournament. Alicia Lehmann's the one everyone knows because she is a very talented player and has a great personality. So a lot of people. She's dating Douglas Lewis as well. What?
They dated, then broke up, and then got back together.
Oh right, she's not dating her.
Because he was going to leave to Arsenal, weren't he?
But decided not to. Wow, that is so nice. Who else is there? Oh, the striker, of course, Ramos Buchanan. She is very good as well. I think she'll have a good tournament. My only fear with Switzerland is their manager is brand new. She only joined a couple months ago. I think there was a dispute with the former manager. That seems to be a theme in a lot of these women's national teams, is that the manager seems to be not liked by anyone. But yeah, they've brought in a new manager, Inka Grings, who is a former German international and is the leading all-time Frauen-Bundesliga top scorer. So, if there's anyone to try and ignite some goals for Switzerland, it's going to be Inka. I think they've got a good team. I think they'll definitely get out of the groups. I just don't think they top it for me. Obviously, you're backing them too. For me, it's Norway.
They are very good.
They are an incredibly strong side. You could pick out many talents from the Norway side to pick as a star player. I've not gone for Ada Hegerberg because that's boring. I've gone for Guro Reiten because she's just the best player in the world. I think she's very, very good. As a Chelsea fan who has watched her a lot this season, I think she is very, very good. By the way, I'm not being serious. She's the best player in the world. She's not the best player, though. She's going to be. She's going to win a Ballon d'Or. Convinced of that. What?
Yeah, fair enough.
She's going to do it. I think
she is very good. Yeah. And she had a brilliant campaign for Chelsea this season.
Yeah, operating up that left-hand side. And of course, Ada Hegerberg. She is ridiculous.
Really. Pretty good.
But again, the manager hasn't been with them a while. Hegarisa, who is a very good manager, we'll get into her credentials in just a moment, but she only joined last summer. So she's not been there long, but if she can get that team playing well, that will work. But in terms of what she's done, well, she was the England interim manager. Under which manager do you think that was?
Was it Phil Neville?
It was Phil Neville. She came in after Phil Neville as an interim manager and then went over to be the Norway full-time.
And then we got in Serena Ivan. And the rest is history.
Yes, of course. But, yeah, well, was there not... No, was there someone between Phil Neville? No, there wasn't, was there? It was before Phil Neville, the whole...
No.
No one after Phil Neville.
Phil Neville too long.
So she is a former Norway international and actually won the Golden Ball at the 1995 World Cup.
Wow.
So again, she comes with her credentials. She is a Norway legend.
Maybe she can win it again.
And maybe she can inspire these Norwegians to go very, very far in the tournament. Who knows? Who knows? Well, I think they'll top the group. I think they've got a really good side. Mm-hmm. And I think that Inga can make the difference there. Not Inga, sorry. Risa.
Yeah.
Up next then, Group B. This is, of course, Australia, Canada, Nigeria and Ireland. Australia, the hosts again, a very strong side. Canada, a very, very good team, but always seem to be like America's little brother. They're a little sister, I should say, in this context, but they're never really as competitive as the US, but they could have a good go of it this year. Then you've got Nigeria, who are a bit more dark horses. They are a good side, but I wouldn't put them right up there with the best. And then, of course, you have Ireland, who I believe this is their first ever Women's World Cup. So again, another sort of unknown. Could be a dark horse. I just don't think they're getting through this group. Where have you put Ireland? Because I think we might have put them in the same place.
I put them bottom.
Yeah.
Because for me, not knowing too much about international women's football.
Yeah.
They've got looking through the list of names. They've got one who obviously Katie McCabe.
Yeah.
She's injured.
Is she?
Well, it's weird. This is an expected return on the 6th of July. Obviously, that's
past.
That has happened. But
11 days
she's
ago.
still injured.
She
might be alright.
Aware, she seems
even
fit
if she
to
is
play.
alright, decent defender, very good defender.
Very, very good defender.
She's not going to stop everything though.
Well, she's not going to play in defence. So the way Ireland's set up, if they play a 5-back like they have in some friendlies, she'll play at left wing back. If they play with wingers, she's going to play on the wing because they haven't got anyone better.
I've never met a left back that can play left wing and right wing.
Bale?
Yeah, but he didn't do both at the same time.
What do you mean?
He's one after the other.
Yeah, but no. Fridolina Rolfo.
That's crazy.
Why's that crazy?
Because some people are
and
rubbish in football in one position, let alone being quality in two.
But you see it with like Zinchenko. It's players that play deeper for their... And Alaba does it as well. I think he plays middle of field, doesn't he, for Austria?
Yeah.
I want to say, or
he plays left back, doesn't he? For Real Madrid, plays centre back.
Okay, I thought he played. I think when he used to play left back for Austria, I think he then played a little higher for his national side. But you'd see it where the teams that aren't as strong have a very good player, and they decide to just put them near the front of the pitch because they needed to score them goals. But yeah, they have got a very experienced manager, Vera Port, the former Houston Dash manager. Now you may not know who Houston Dash are, but that is one of the better sides in the. Is it the NWSL? I want to say.
Yeah.
The Houston Dash again. Sounds like
his names.
They're not even the best ones that we've gone through so far. But yeah, former Houston Dash manager. She's very experienced. I think maybe she can, I don't know, help Ireland do something. I don't think there's much hope for Ireland at this tournament. I have also put them bottom.
Yes.
Third then, have we put the same team third?
I put Nigeria.
We have then.
Now.
They have got Asisat Oshuala, but that is
it.
But that is a very good player.
I think she will score enough goals then to beat Ireland, but not enough then to go through.
They strike me as a Poland type. They've got Lewandowski, but they've got some decent players elsewhere, but they're not really going to go deep.
No.
But they are all right. Obviously, Asisat Oshuala is the best player, Barcelona striker, elite goal scorer. She will do well this tournament, I would imagine. Interestingly, their manager, Randy Waldrum, is also a former Houston Dash manager. So Houston Dash are getting through those managers and then they're bunging off to international duty. But he's also a former Houston Dash manager and now, of course, the manager of Nigeria. So, yeah, they should... I think they could be a surprise package, but that will rely on one of the other two sides, Canada or Australia, having a very poor tournament.
Which I think they will.
Who are we predicting top of the group then? Who have you gone for?
I've put Canada.
Oh, can we disagree with the two teams at the top? I have gone Australia. It's their home tournament. They've got Samantha Kerr. They're the two.
I mean, it's gonna come down to the Chelsea lot. Canada with the Chelsea trio of new signing Lawrence, Buchanan, both of them defending, and Jesse Fleming running the show in midfield. And they've also got Huitema.
Jordan Huitema.
Yeah, she's pretty good as well up front.
Yeah.
As you said, Australia, they've got Sam Kerr and a home nation dream.
I think they're going to go far.
And Wallabies.
I think they're going to go far. There's not just Sam Kerr in the team. I think there were some other names I recognised when I was looking through the Australia side. I think that Sam Kerr is so good she can carry them to a win, though.
Probably.
So I think they are very good. Caitlin Ford at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Very decent player. Could cause some problems. There's a couple of other City forwards here who I don't know if they exactly start. They've not done well this season, but they have got some decent players. Someone plays for Everton, Claire Wheeler. Ellie Carpenter as well, of course, at Lyon. So it's not a bad little side. I think they can definitely do something in this tournament, Australia. They've got Tony Gustafsson, who has experience winning the World Cup, but not as a manager. He was the USWNT assistant manager when they were obviously winning it every year.
Not bad, though.
In 2015 and 2019, I think they won it, of course.
Yeah, not bad.
But I think he was the assistant manager for all of that time. He then left when... Who was the manager of the US? Oh, Jill Ellis. When Jill Ellis left, he left as well, and then he took the Australian manager's job in 2020. So he's been with them a couple of years. He can definitely cause some He could definitely build a team that can win a World Cup because he's been involved in that sort of setup. So I think they'll go far. They've got the home nation behind them. We've seen in recent years how that can be so crucial, of course. Well, actually, not in recent years. Brazil were tragic. They lost 7-1. And Qatar don't exactly set the world online in those tournaments. And then who hosted 2019 in the Women's World Cup? I want to say it's Netherlands. They lost in the final. But I might be wrong there. Can't remember now. But obviously England won in 2022. Yeah. So, yeah, it does help having that home advantage. And then Canada, who you think will top the group. Why do you think they'll top the group? Is it just those quality players can carry
for me, defensively, they will be solid. So they can just keep a clean sheet and then just try and get Huitema or Fleming or someone, whoever, just score a goal.
Yeah. Interestingly, the manager Beverly Priestman, I want you to guess, what connection does she have with Phil Neville?
Beverly Priestman, so I'm guessing she's American?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Or Canadian?
I don't know. Anyway, she does have... How do you think? What's the link between her and Neville?
Do they date?
They did not say. She was the assistant manager of England at the time when Phil Neville was the manager, but I don't think they dated. Either way, so she is now the Canada manager. She's been there since 2020. Again, left when Phil Neville left, of course. But yeah, so she's worked with Phil Neville. Learned under that. Very useful experience.
Beverly Priestman.
What?
That is not an English name.
Priestman's a very English surname.
Hang on. Oh, no.
But also, she could be born in England but have like American or Canadian parents or something like that. But I don't know Beverly Priestman's entire past. But if she wants to come on the podcast and tell us about it, she's more than welcome to. Looking at the Canadian players, then I have picked out Jessie Fleming as their star player. I don't think that is a surprise to anyone. She's very talented. We saw that obviously with Fran Kirby out injured. Chelsea have turned to Fleming on many an occasion this season. I think she's a very talented attacking midfielder, scores a lot of goals, creates a lot of chances. And they don't have many other attackers. A lot of their strength is, Lawrence at left back, Buchanan centre half. Obviously they've got Huitema, who she will be feeding with chances. They will hope. I think she's fit. I don't know. I don't think she's been out injured, but so Fleming, Huitema, they could form a good attack. That should get them through. I don't think they'll top the group though. I think that's a very rogue prediction from you, but fair enough. Group C then. Who is in Group C? Well, it was of course Costa Rica, Japan, Spain and Zambia. My dark horse is Zambia. I think this group might be a lot more different to the other ones where we've gone for different teams in different places. I think the bottom team though will be the same. Have you gone for Costa Rica?
Yes.
Again, it's just a thing of I don't think they're strong enough. I couldn't really find out much information about them, but they do have a good striker in Raquel Rodriguez, who plays for the Portland Thorns. Now that's the same team that Sophie Taylor of the USWNT plays for. So they are both forwards there. She's very good. I don't know if she can carry this team on her back. She's not exactly an Assasat Oshuala or something like that. The manager, again, couldn't find much about Amelia Valverde. She's been managing since 2015, this team, so spent a long time with them. I don't think that's going to make a huge world of difference.
No.
I can't quite remember if this is Costa Rica's first tournament. I don't think it is. I think they were in 2019, but yeah, I couldn't find out a lot about their squad or anything too interesting, so yeah, I don't think they're going to be going deep. But you never know. They might completely shock us. Third, who have you gone for?
I've gone for Zambia. I just don't think they've got enough.
I've not gone for Zambia. I think Zambia are getting through.
As good as they could be, I just think Spain, despite having half a squad, is still quality.
They are, of
and
course.
Japan have got some very good standout players.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, as we've mentioned Zambia a bit then. Of course, they have Barbara Banda, who we've spoken about. Yeah. But their manager then, Bruce Mwape.
What a name.
I know, and he's a very happy man because he has brought Zambia their greatest successful period. They've never got to a World Cup before. This is their first World Cup, and yeah, they've looked very good in other international tournaments. They've not really been doing anything before he joined, and then he's got them into World Cups and competing for AFCONs and stuff. So yeah, more competitive. Not been in the final and stuff, but they've been more competitive, and I think they could be the dark horses of this tournament. But yeah, so I've put them second. My third place side is Japan. Where have you put Japan?
I put Japan top.
Ooh. So you've gone Spain second?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I was thinking about even knocking Spain out, but I put them top because I just think, despite the fact they're missing a lot of their squad, it's still Spain. They are still very good.
But I just think Japan are going to put on a show. Fair
enough. Yeah, so Japan now managed by Futoshi Ikeda, who people may recognise as he is a former Japan men's side international. So former international for them, very decent player. In terms of a key player then, Yui Hasegawa is the obvious one, of course, the Manchester City midfielder. She is a very energetic player, she's a good goal scorer and marvellous creator as well. So I think she's everything that you want in a midfielder, and I think she can definitely do very well for Japan. And if they're going to get anything, they're going to have to rely on her pulling out some very, very good performances.
Definitely.
Spain then, well, we've already spoken about the troubles going into this tournament, the trials and the tribulations. How much do you think that will hinder them?
Oh, it definitely will. I think they're scraping through these groups, and then if they push on from there, I'll be very stunned.
It's a shame because it's a very good Spain team.
It is.
They've got some very, very talented players.
Clearly they have a reason to not bother to turn up.
I don't know what's happened there between Jorge Vilda and the rest of the squad.
But as professional football, you don't just turn up because you don't want to.
No. They've not got anything better to do, have they? But yeah, in terms of a star player then, well, this could also be a problem. Alexia Putellas, of course, has been injured all season. She is fighting against time to try and get fit for this tournament. She has played, I think, in a few friendlies. She obviously made the last game of the season, the Champions League final. I think, they did get the Champions League final, didn't they?
Game.
Played in that final. So, yeah, she's a very, very good player. If she's fit, she can be that star player for Spain. She can guide them through this tournament, even though they've not got the strongest squad that they could have. I am worried that even if she is fit, she could get injured throughout the rest of the tournament. I wouldn't be surprised to see a recurring injury there. So, yeah, hopefully she's all right, and hopefully she can guide Spain because they've not got a lot else going for them this tournament at all. Into Group D then. Now this one is of course, a very interesting group for us. It's England's group.
Yeah.
England's group. We should be fairly comfortable with this. Have we both got England top?
Definitely. Yes.
I don't think there's much introduction needed here. I'm sure a lot of our audience are English. Obviously, we will have fans hopefully from elsewhere. Because if not, our streams are going to be very empty because all the English people are going to be asleep. But yeah, in terms of England then, of course, we all know who Serena Weigmann is. She is very, very successful Euros winner with Holland in 2017 and, of course, with England in 2022. Yeah. She's also a World Cup finalist in 2019 with the Dutch national side. So she knows what it takes to get to finals. She knows especially what it takes to win tournaments, and she'll be desperate for her first World Cup with an England side that took silverware, of course, in 2022. So there is every chance England could bring it home this summer. In terms of a key performer, now everyone wants to look at those Lauren Jameses and Alessia Russo-Ella Toon, the goal scorers or even the goalkeepers with Mary Earps and stuff. It's the midfielders we don't really focus on. So I want to draw some of the attention to Kira Walsh. Of course, the records transfer, I believe, still for the women's game at 400 grand, which seems mental to say when the record in the men's is 200 million, but yeah, still a very, very big achievement for her. It proves her quality at such a young age that she is commanding such a high fee, and yet she is brilliant. If we are going to control games, she's going to be pivotal in that. Of course, we know how good she is on the ball. We know how good she is at controlling the possession. So For me, she's going to be crucial. She's also very useful at screening the back four. And when we don't have the strongest defence, as we said this year, without the likes of Williamson, we should have bronze, but still, without the strongest defence, I am slightly concerned. But with Walsh there, we should be more than fine.
Yeah.
Especially to get through the groups. Bottom of the group then, I think we'll look at next. Who have you gone? I think this is a really difficult group to predict, in my opinion.
Is it?
Yeah. After England.
I've gone Haiti bottom.
Harsh.
No.
Probably fair. I quite like Haiti.
I don't think they're very good.
Fair enough. I put them third, but it's really close because China are very, very good, and I put them bottom. But it was close. Denmark are very much carried, by the way, put by Pernille Harder, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because if she wasn't there, I would be very reluctant to put them through. But in terms of Haiti, then, because you put them bottom, I put them third. I think they're decent. It's obviously their first ever World Cup, and they have Nicolas Delapine as their manager. Again, Mershi Dominé's going to do a lot of the carrying there if they're going to get any results. I think they can get third, though. I think they could beat China. That's going to be a very difficult game for them. China are very successful. They have won like every Asian Cup ever. Yeah. But I just think Haiti could get that win there. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. In terms of China then, because you put them third, I put them fourth, so it only makes sense to go on to them next. They are managed by Shui Xingyai, I think is how you pronounce her name. Xingjie? I'll be honest. I hope there's some Chinese fans watching. If you are, please do tell us how to pronounce your manager's name, because I don't really know how to. But she is a former Chinese international. Now, quite interestingly, she was in the team. They won like 5 consecutive Asian Cups. They then didn't win the Asian Cup, and she came back as manager for the next Asian Cup, and they won it. So she knows what it takes to win things, because she's very, very good at that. But obviously the World Cup is a bigger stretch. I don't know if they'll be able to get it out.
No, that's why the groups on.
They could. I wouldn't be surprised to see Denmark be poor, because they have only really got Pernille Harder, a couple of other decent players. But I could see them being that sort of... That Germany 2018 is the best way to describe it, or Germany 2022. Either way, you could describe it. But they have got a standout player in Wang Shuang, who is a very good striker. Plays for Racing Louisville, who are of course another really fun US team. But yeah, she's very young, good player though. I think she could definitely cause some problems. I just don't think they're going to be getting out of the groups though.
No.
But yeah, up next then, Group E. Now this, I would almost say this is a group of death. Because other than Vietnam, who are the death part of that group of death, I think it's very, very competitive. Vietnam, then. Shall we start with them?
That's not very good.
Are we both putting them bottom?
Yes.
Wow, that's truly shocking. Now they are a good start. Well, they are a good enough side to get here, but they're not really good enough to compete with the teams that are in their group. They're managed by May Duck Chung, who is the longest serving manager in women's football. How long do you think she's been at? I can't remember how long do you think he's been going?
13 years.
No, he has been managing it since 1997.
What?
He has been managing the Vietnam
26 years.
Vietnam women's team since 1997, and now he's finally got them to their first World Cup.
Is he not bored?
Well, that's a life achievement. You took a side that could never get there all the way to a World Cup.
Good for him.
Yeah, 26 years of his life.
What's his name?
May Duck Chung.
May Duck Chung.
Since 1997.
Well done.
They're going strong. But yeah, their squad isn't really strong enough. But in terms of a standout player, they have Hoin Nhu, I believe is how you pronounce her name. She's a striker, plays for Vila Vadense in the Portuguese league. Again, she's good. She's not going to carry this team.
They're not going very far.
They're not, especially not in this group.
No.
Third, then, I think this is quite obvious again, just because this team are one step off the US and the Netherlands. It's, of course, Portugal.
Yeah.
Third, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So they've got Francisco Neto, and to be fair, Portugal, we look at their men's team, obviously, and presume their women's team will be as good, but they're not really. They didn't really get. They were very bad when the World Cup, the Women's World Cup was in its infancy, when women's football was really starting to get going, and it was only really recently that they've actually become all right. They're managed by Francesco Neto, who took over in 2014, and he has took them to their first Euros and their first World Cup in the last few years.
Yeah.
I believe this is their second or third World Cup now, but they have been in the World Cup before. They've not really got, I don't think, what it takes to compete with the US and the Netherlands, though. So they are a good side. They have got a stand-up player, I would say, in Jessica Silva. I think she is very, very talented. Plays for Benfica. She's, of course, a striker. Very technically good. Very gifted on the ball. And a very good finisher. Yeah. But they don't really have that overall quality that a US have, that a Netherlands have, to be able to take it any further than the group stage. But still a decent side. Shame they're not really going to be able to do a lot more other than that.
No.
Up next then, should we talk about the Netherlands or should we talk about the US? Who have you put top?
I put Netherlands.
Ooh, I disagree. I've put US top, Netherlands second. I think that game's going to be very, very exciting. That is in week 2 of the tournament, I believe. We will, of course, be live for that one because that's going to be a cracker between the US, WNT and the Netherlands. Who should we start? Should we start with the US?
Yeah, sure.
US, a new manager for this World Cup from obviously Jill Ellis, who won 2015 and 2019. Vlatko Andonovski came in just after Ellis left. Now, he is very experienced in women's football, but he's not Jill Ellis. And that could make a difference, of course.
It could.
There is a slight change. There's going to be a change in system, change in culture, stuff like that. It's still the US though, isn't it? And they have still got some quality players. In terms of a star player, well, we could have looked at, Megan Rapinoe. You could look at someone like Sophia Smith. I've gone in the middle for Alex Morgan. Again, I still think this will probably be her last World Cup. She might get one more because obviously Rapinoe is 37 as well. 38 now, sorry. So, yeah, Morgan is 34. She is on the older side, but she could definitely do something. Obviously, plays for San Diego Wave in US, which, again, great name for a football side. And yeah, she's a fantastic finisher, isn't she? Her numbers speak for themselves. She's scored a lot of goals on international level. She will do well this World Cup, most likely. If US are going to do well, she will do well as well. Okay, up next, the next group is Group F. We've only got 3 more groups to go. Group F is a very interesting one. This is where your dark horses, Jamaica, reside. Oh, we didn't do Netherlands, sorry. Well done. Netherlands are good. That's all that needs to be said. They have Andreas Jonker, who came in 2022, who replaced, I think they had a stopgap in between Serena Weigman. That didn't really work. No. They brought in Jonker after I think it was after the Euros. The Euros went to shit. They brought in Andreas Jonker, who is a former Wolfsburg's men's manager. So he has experience in the men's game as well. And then he's come over to the women's game and managed a few different sides, I think, a few different international teams, I believe. He's experienced across the women's game. He's a very good manager. They're a very good team. The Netherlands are going to be one of the favourites for this tournament. Yeah. That is no surprise. In the absence of Vivian Miedema, though, someone will have to step up and fill that spot. I think Lieke Mertens will do that exceptionally. She, of course, people forget this, but she was the Ballon d'Or winner. The last time the World Cup was coming around, she was the Ballon d'Or winner. So injuries have plagued her over the last few seasons, but if she can stay fit for this tournament, she will be very, very good. And without Vivian Miedema, the spotlight's on her. She needs to perform. She needs to be bagging goals for the Netherlands. I think she can. She can deliver when the pressure's on. Definitely. Plays for PSG now, of course. And I think she's a very, very talented player. Great on the ball, great finisher, a really, really good player. Up next then, Group F. I was jumping the gun earlier, but now we can move on to Group F. This is where your dark horses reside. Shall we start with them? Where have you put Jamaica? Do you think they're getting through?
I do.
Ooh. So that means you've gone for one of Brazil or France to be grouped.
We'll find out in a minute, aren't we?
Oh, so Jamaica then, of course, very strong. I don't think they're getting through, in my opinion.
I think
they're going to be third.
Khadija Shaw is just going to score her way.
Just so many goals.
Into round 16.
We've already mentioned, of course, Khadija Shaw, top goal scorer in the Premier League. I said she was top goal scorer, but of course, Rachel Daly.
She's changed since the first time I mentioned her.
Yeah.
I just think she'll do enough. I think they'll score enough goals.
Jamaica's record goal scorer already. 55 goals in 38 games.
Crazy.
That is ludicrous.
I think she'll keep that up.
That's ludicrous. I mean, if she does, they're going to waltz this tournament because she's going to score like 3 a match.
Yeah.
But so she's a very, very good player. Plays for Manchester City, of course, and very good season. They were unfortunate to miss out on the title, but it was such a tight battle at the top. It could have gone either way to any of Arsenal, United, City, but of course went to Chelsea, who are the best. But they are managed now by Lorna Donaldson, who came in last year. I can't remember. I think there was some sort of scandal I was reading about with the last manager. But anyway, Lorna Donaldson came in.
What is it with managers?
And his credentials are, he's done a bit of managing across women's football. But he's most notably was the Colorado Rapids, obviously the men's side, assistant manager. So he did that for a bit, and now he's coming over to women's football to try and make a name for himself here. He's done well with Jamaica so far. I don't know whether they are going to go deep in this tournament. You seem to think they will.
I think they will.
Fair enough. I think they're decent. I just don't think they're a France or a Brazil.
Fair enough.
So that means, should we go to Panama next? Because I'm guessing who you've put bottom.
Yeah. I don't think they're very good.
Yeah, it's their first World Cup, and I was reading an interview by their manager, Ignacio Quintana, and he was talking about how happy he was just to get to the World Cup. He was saying how it's such an important moment for Panama as a nation just to get here, and for the squad that have worked so hard to be able to get to a World Cup now.
Yeah.
And of course to inspire all the young girls watching the tournament. So, yeah, all the young Panamanians.
Is that what they call them?
Panamanians?
Yeah, Panamese.
I don't think it's Panamanians.
Panamanians.
Anyway, if there's any Panamanians watching, please tell us how you would describe a group of, or a collective of Panama, people from Panama. But yeah, so it's their first World Cup. They're massive outsiders. They've not been drawn a nice group at all. A star player then, I'm going to go for Marta Cox. She plays middle of the field. She scores goals. She's a good player. And crucially, she scored the winning goal, I think it's the Intercontinental Cup final thing that got them into the World Cup. So she scored in that game. That's how I know about her. She plays middle of the field. Plays for Pachuca on club level, the Mexican First Division side. She's a very good player. If they're going to do anything, which is unlikely, she'll be involved.
Yeah. Panamanians.
Yeah. They are the Panamanians. Fantastic. So then, Brazil or France? Who have you put third?
Brazil.
No way. Not Marta crashing out the sixth World Cup.
Gise.
Wow. I can't believe it. Anyway, we'll run through Brazil, of course. Pia Sandhage, the manager, joined 2019 after their World Cup. They didn't have a very good World Cup, so they replaced the manager. She's a former Sweden international, so she knows what it takes to win or to get far in tournaments. In terms of a key player, do I need to say anything more than Marta? What a player. I mean, probably not going to be the key performer, but in terms of a presence, she is arguably the best women's footballer of all time. In fact, inarguably, she is the best. She is the GOAT. That is indisputable in my opinion right now. Maybe Mia Hamm, maybe, in the future we'll be looking at someone like Megan Rapinoe, someone like Alexia Putellas. But right now, my GOAT 100% is Marta. I don't think anyone can doubt that. But yeah, this is her last chance, one last dance to try and get Brazil another World Cup. But yeah, she is going to her sixth World Cup. That is incredible longevity. And yeah, of course, now plays for Orlando Pride, which is another US side. And yeah, she plays up front. In case you didn't know, Marta's very good. She will be good at this tournament. A great finisher, bags of experience. And yeah, I think Brazil should get through the groups. Do you always say them to go out? Why? Is it just that Khadija Shaw's going to score 8 past?
I think they should get unlucky.
Okay.
If we ruled on something like goals scored, it's kind of like Khadija Shaw scoring about 7.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I just can't see Brazil being knocked out. I have gone Brazil second, though. I think we've been unanimous across who's going to top the group. That is France.
Yeah.
They were very strong for this tournament. Of course, they have sacked the manager. She had a lot of disagreements with the squad. I can't remember who the previous manager was. Anyway, half the squad refused to play. Most notably, Wendy Renard, which is basically shooting yourself in the foot when Wendy Renard refuses to play for you.
Wendy.
But they have gone out and replaced the former manager with another Renard, Hervé Renard. Now, a lot of people who maybe haven't watched women's football will be familiar with him at least, because he was, of course, the Saudi Arabia manager in the Qatar 2022 World Cup. So he's a very, very good manager. Like, we saw that in the tournament he played immense defensive football to get through games. They beat Argentina. If you can do that with a side that aren't very good,
Messi.
He's now taken a very strong squad with the likes of Wendy Renard, with the likes of Eugene Le Sommer. They could. And I've picked out a star player, not what you'd expect, but I'm going to go for Grace Gayuro. She has been every time I've watched her, she's impressed me. When she played for PSG, I think she's a very energetic midfielder, a good goal-scoring midfielder. And for the last Euros, she did really, really well. Picked up 3 goals, I think, in just 5 games. So she's a good player, very good goal scorer from midfield. I think if they're going to go far in this tournament, France, she'll be key. And I think Hervé Renard could be a big difference maker as well. A very, very good manager. I'd be back in France this tournament to go very deep. But yeah, so I think they will top the group, and you are agreeing with that. Group G then, the penultimate group. There are a lot of groups to go through, a lot to talk about, but this, of course, is the group with, let me scroll down to it, Argentina, Italy, South Africa, and Sweden. Now, this contains a few dark horses, but who have you gone for bottom of the group?
I've gone for South Africa.
Ooh, I disagree. I have gone for Argentina. I do not think Argentina are very strong.
No, I don't think South Africa are very strong.
Well, we'll start with South Africa then.
I'll say it now. Put Argentina third. I don't think either of them are very good.
Well, I put South Africa third, so yeah, that seems to be the general consensus. South Africa then, managed by Desiree Ellis since 2016. It was their first World Cup in 2019, but they come into this tournament as the reigning AFCON champions. I think they have a chance of second place. It's going to be difficult because Italy are very good. Not even talking about Sweden, we'll get to them later, they're top. Anyway, or maybe they are, I don't know what you've gone for. But for me, South Africa will probably beat Argentina. I think Argentina are not that good, but yeah, they've got Refilo Jane, South Africa. She's a midfielder, plays for Sassuolo, very similar to Grace Gayoro, very energetic, takes up some good positions, gets goals, very good player.
Yeah.
Argentina then, who I think will be bottom of the group, have not a lot going on, but their striker is very interesting who we'll get on to because she's got a very controversial tattoo. But first, we have German Dario Portanova is the manager. He is very inexperienced. In fact, he's never done coaching before this, I don't believe, or very limited coaching before this.
It's a random bloke they found.
Nope, he's a former Argentina international, so he is a very good player. He's just not done a load of coaching. Argentina have never got past the group stage, and they've never won a game at the World Cup before. In their previous 2 tournaments, or 3 tournaments, I think 3 tournaments, they drew 7 and lost 7 and drew 2. So they have not done well in World Cups. I don't think they're very good. I think the reigning AFCON champions South Africa beat them, in my opinion. But yeah, on their striker then, Yamia Rodriguez and her controversial tattoo. Now, she's a striker at Palmeiras. Which player do you think she has tattooed on her leg? Given she comes from Argentina.
Messi.
Nope, she's got Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh,
this is very controversial because, of course, Ronaldo, Messi, she's from Argentina, she should be a Messi stan, of course. But yeah, I mean, she, as far as to be Ronaldo, well, she takes inspiration from Ronaldo, fair enough. They're very inspirational players. No. But how can you be from Argentina and be a Ronaldo stan?
It's like being from England and not drinking tea.
I don't like tea, but yeah, fair enough. For me, I don't know. Fair enough, you support you on, but I found that quite interesting. When I was looking for some interesting facts about the Argentina squad, that was the one that stood out to me the most. The fact that was even noticed, that was a thing. Yeah. But yeah,
it's like being French and not liking a pastry. Like, come on.
What if you're gluten intolerant?
Get a grip.
Just eat it anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Should we talk about Italy next? Because I think we'll both for Sweden and South Africa. Yeah. So Italy second. They have a legendary manager and player. So she is a Italy legend, Melina Bertolini. She played in the Serie A for years. She won 3 Serie A titles with Regina and Moderna. So she's very, very successful. She's also managed then through the last sort of decade, I think. And in 2018, she was inducted into the Italy Hall of Fame. Wow. So she is highly regarded in Italy. Yeah. And all the players, of course, will know who she is. They will be... I would have grown up watching her. Exactly. Yeah. So she is, I believe, now into her 50s. So she comes as one of the older coaches in the tournament, but she has that experience. She has that knowledge. She's been managing Italy since 2017 now. And before 2019, they hadn't qualified for World Cup for 20 years. In 2019, Melina went and got them to the World Cup, of course, and she's got them to it again. She is an Italian legend, and I think she might just be able to do a bit more magic, get Italy out of the groups here. But they so for a star player then, Manuela Giuliano is my pick. Central midfielder at Roma. She's a very good goal scorer, great midfielder. Very similar to that. Maybe this is just the type of player I appreciate because I did the same with Grace Gayoro. I did the same with Refilo Jane. Great goal scoring midfielder. Loves to get forward. Very energetic. Great passer as well. For me, Manuela Giuliano will be their star player if they're going to go anywhere. As for Sweden, then, they're going to top the group, aren't they?
Yeah, they're brilliant. They are just brilliant.
For me, they're dark horses for the whole tournament. I think there's a chance they could do it. They are a good side. They've got some very stunning players. Stina Blackstenius, of course, Arsenal forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arsenal forward. They've got her. They've got Musovic. I'm trying to avoid the player I want to talk about. There we go. Fridolina Rolfo, but they got back with their accent. Anyway, Fridolina Rolfo is the star player, isn't she?
Yeah.
Plays left back for Barcelona, but pushes forward into that left wing, or even right wing role, but tends to be left wing for Sweden. She's a very good attacker. Scores goals, gets assists, is very good. Definitely the star player, in my opinion. In terms of their manager then, Peter Gerhardsson joined in 2017 and got them to third at the last World Cup. People that may remember that, they obviously came... They lost in the semi-finals, but then won that bronze playoff. So they came third. They are a good side. They've only got better since then. I think they've got a serious shot at this tournament. But it's going to be difficult because there's some very strong sides this year.
There are.
So it's going to be difficult. Finally on to our final group then. Hooray for that.
H for hallelujah.
H for hallelujah indeed. This is the Germany group. Colombia, Germany, Morocco and South Korea. Which team should we start with? Who have you put bottom?
Morocco.
Oh, interesting. Let me check my predictions. I put Morocco to get through.
Who does Morocco have?
Well, it's not about who Morocco have, it's who's in charge. So, Morocco then are coached by Reynald Pedros. Now, that name may not mean a lot to people who don't watch a load of women's football, but he is a 2-time Women's Champions League winner with Lyon. He's also a former attacking midfielder for Nantes, Lyon and Marseille, and a full French international. So, he's a very, very good player in his time, and a very, very good coach now, evidently. A 2 times Women's Champions League winner. So he joined in 2021 and they have a decent little side forming. Now, I would say their star player is Ghislaine Shebak. I may have mispronounced that, but she's quite a good player. Plays up front. She chooses to play in Morocco for AS FAR, but I reckon she could do a job in a lot of the better leagues. She was player of the tournament in AFCON. Though they failed to win it, they still had a really, really successful tournament in 2022. She's their captain as well. If they're going to be doing anything, she should be scoring goals. Yeah. I think they'll get through. I think after Germany, who there's no surprises we're going to put top, presumably. Yeah. After Germany, it's going to be tight between that second spot. I just think Morocco will have enough with their manager to inspire them to do something there.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Germany?
Sure, that's top.
We've put them the top, haven't we?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Manager is Martina Voss-Tecklenburg, which is a very fun name to say. She joined in 2019. She's a former German player and was the Switzerland manager from 2012 to 2018. Got them to 2 World Cups. So, yeah, fair enough. But I think, very good manager. Very successful. Took them to the final with the Euros last year. They were very harshly beaten by England, of course. Yeah. They lost Alexandra Popp in the warm-up. So maybe if they had her, maybe they would have won. But she'll be saying that. She'll be hoping they can do better, even better, or go one better in this World Cup. In terms of a star player then, we all know Pop, Bull, Schuler, all that lot. I've gone for Lena Oberdorf. You put her as the young player of the tournament. Yeah. I think she's a stunning player. As we say, young player of the tournament at Euro 2022. She's a central midfielder who plays for Wolfsburg. A very, very talented player. And if Germany can do well, her energy in the middle of the field will be very, very crucial.
Yeah, definitely.
So then the other 2 sides of the group. Who have you put to get through with Germany?
I put South Korea.
Is it because of one player in particular?
I just really like G.
I thought you really liked G.
I think G's quality.
I think she's very good. It's a shame she left Chelsea, of course, though she is 32 now. So that sort of makes sense. Now applies a trade for Suwon FC in Korea. It's probably her last World Cup, won't it? Well, she might make it another one. She'll be 36 in 2027. Yeah, 2027 is that. Yeah, maybe 4 years. No, she should be 36. Rapinoe's 37 and still doing one. Rapinoe's 38. Marta's 37. Every chance they could. I mean, I don't think there's going to be any South Koreans better than her. But interestingly, the manager is Colin Bell. You might be familiar with that name because he has coached a lot in the men's game.
Colin Bell?
Yeah, he was assistant at Leicester City, at various others. I think even MK Dons as well. So he's done a load of coaching in the men's game. He came into the women's game to be a manager, and he won the Women's Champions League in 2015 with Frankfurt, which I was very surprised to see that Colin Bell was a Champions League winner, because I thought Colin Bell sounds like the bloke on head down the park. Like, you know Colin, he's a great bloke.
Colin Bell, that one.
But he's a Women's Champions League winner. He's hoping to take Korea far in this tournament. And you think they're going to go through, but
yeah, I do.
Yeah, pick up Colin Bell. Anyway, star player Ji So Young, obvious. Ji So Young, very, very good player. Plays in the midfield. She has a record for the most PFA Team of the Season. What's it called?
Cards.
No, PFA Team of the Season
PFCs.
Awards.
No.
She's been the Team of the Season 5 times, which is a record. No one's ever been in it so consistently. So that shows how good she is. Yeah. And of course, former Chelsea player. That people who watch her will know exactly who she is. Very, very good player.
Yeah.
So neither of us backing Colombia then?
No, I don't think they're very good.
We've both put them... I put them bottom. Which I think... Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Nelson Abadia is their manager. She actually has been involved in the side for the last decade. She was the assistant manager for 3 years, between 2014 and 2017. Then she took over the full manager. So she's approaching a decade now as that involved in the Colombia side. And she's been managing them since 2017. I just don't think they've got loads of quality. The fact their star player is an 18-year-old called Linda Caicedo. She's a very, very talented player. Plays for Real Madrid. don't get me wrong, she's very exciting, one of the most exciting young prospects. But they don't have a lot else after that. So I think they'll struggle. I put them bottom, you put them third.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Now into the exciting part. We've run through the groups and we've got our round of 16 draws. But yeah, if you haven't fallen asleep, do you want to run us through who what the first draw of yours is? Of course, this bit will differentiate a little, obviously, because we've got different groups. So yeah, it'll all be very different now. But what is your first matchup?
I've got Switzerland, Spain.
Ooh. And who do you think's coming out on top?
I've gone Switzerland.
Really?
Yeah, wow. I think Spain only have half a team. I don't think they'll do great.
Interestingly, I've got the same game, but further down in my list. So I'll run through it as well. Right. So I also went for Switzerland to beat Spain. I think as much as Spain have a very good side, there is going to be a little bit of animosity in that camp. I think there will be players that have gone anyway, despite the fact they're not massive fans of the manager. I think that could just have it all fall apart. But yeah, they're also losing a lot of their squad. Switzerland really good with Goshevich. So if she's playing well, if Bachmann's Buchanan's playing well, if Lehmann's playing well, they could have a really good tournament. I think Spain, I don't know, they're not great. Norway, Zambia is my first one. I think Norway will beat Zambia, which I don't think should be too much of a surprise. My dark horses aren't getting past round 16, but it's a very difficult tie. Norway are very, very good. Yeah, I've got for Norway to get through the quarters. What's your next tie?
Mine is Netherlands, Italy.
Ooh, that'd be a decent game.
I've got Netherlands.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I've got the same sort of game. I've got USA, Italy, and I also think the US will win that.
Yeah.
Then yours? Next one?
I've got Japan, Norway, and I've gone for Norway to win.
Yeah, fair enough. That's where I had the Spain, Switzerland. So you can continue on. What's your next game?
Next, Sweden, USA.
That would be a cracker.
Very close game, I think. But I think USA will nick it, but that might go past normal time.
That's the problem for Sweden now. They've been completely shafted with the draw.
Yeah.
Because whoever they get in that group, it's not going to be a nice game. Like Vietnam aren't getting there. So whether they finish first or second, they're going to be playing the US or they're going to be playing Netherlands. So yeah, I have gone for... Well, I've got Sweden, Netherlands, and I think Netherlands will beat them. Which is how harsh, because Sweden are good, but they're not going to beat the Netherlands, they're not going to beat the US. So it feels like it's doomed for Sweden this tournament, but you never know. Up next, I have Australia, Denmark. And I think Australia will win that, because it's Australia, it's their home tournament, and they're very good.
I've got... Oh, who have I got?
Winner of Group B versus second in Group D.
Oh, I've got Canada, Denmark.
Oh.
I think Denmark will win that one.
Really?
Yes.
You were backing Canada hard earlier, and now you're thinking Denmark will do it.
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Yeah, Pernille Harder's going to score.
Okay, fair enough, yeah. Interesting pick, that. Definitely no regrets about that one.
No. I don't remember
Definitely wasn't trying to change it. But yeah, up next then, winner of Group F versus second in Group H, I have France, Morocco. That should be a landslide victory for France. Have you got the same game?
I've got France, South Korea.
No more G.
I've gone France to get through. G will score, right?
Oh, gosh,
5-1 France, but G will score.
Yeah, fair enough. That's 100% what's going to happen. Up next then, it's of course England. I've got England, Canada. Very difficult game for England as the round 16. I think they'll win though. I think they'll beat Canada.
Yeah.
And who've England got?
Australia.
Oh, and are they going to beat them?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be harsh on Australia.
I don't care.
Be out instantly.
No. It'll be a tough game, but England will see them out.
Fair enough. Up next then, the final round 16 game. I've got Germany, Brazil.
I've got Germany, Jamaica.
Germany, Brazil. If it's 7-1 again, that'll be sensational. Take us back to the 2014 World Cup, of course. But I think Germany will beat Brazil.
Fair enough.
So What Germany, Jamaica then? Presumably, you're thinking Germany also free.
No.
What?
Don't know what happened to this one.
Okay.
Jamaica my dark horses for a reason.
They're going to win the whole tournament.
I might have backed France for Golden Glove.
It's just good. No one can stop because she just smashing them out.
And she's getting done. I didn't think. I don't know anymore.
How is France going to keep 3 clean sheets in the groups and nobody else is going to keep 3 clean sheets? It's not impossible. It's just very difficult.
I think Khadija Shaw's going to score.
Yeah.
And then the game just stopped. I don't know what's going to happen.
Everyone
I really didn't think this through.
Yeah, no, okay, fair enough.
Jamaica are through to quarterfinals.
Good luck to them.
Don't know who they've got.
Into those quarterfinals, then, the first of which for me is Norway USA. I've gone rogue. US getting knocked out of the quarters.
No way, USA.
No way. I think Norway will beat them.
Fair enough.
I just really rate Norway and Guro Rice, if that wasn't clear. I think they're very good.
I also have Norway USA further down the line.
Oh, do you want to do your Norway USA then?
I've got USA going through.
Why? Is it because they're good at football?
Yeah, they're pretty good at football. Rapinoe's alright. Yeah, soccer. Gotta love some soccer. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, the United Soccer Athletic. What a team. I think... I think the USA get knocked out.
Fair enough. Shall I go back to my first one?
If you wish.
Switzerland, Netherlands.
That'd be a decent game. I've also got the same game.
Alright. So. I think Netherlands are going to win because again.
I also think the Netherlands are going to beat Switzerland.
Pretty decent, aren't they?
Yeah. But I've got another slot because I've got the winner of 2A versus 1C versus the winner of 2E, 1G. What game have you got as the winner 2A, 1C one?
That's Norway, USA.
That's Norway, USA. Okay, so I can go on to the next one then. Yeah. I've got Australia, France. The Aussies are winning it. Semi-finals of their home tournament. I think they're beating France.
No, they're not.
Sam Kerr's really good.
Okay. I've got Denmark,
not beating France. I've gone for it anyway.
And I've gone France to beat them.
Really? What motivated you to go for that?
France are good. Denmark aren't very.
Yeah, France.
Denmark shouldn't even be there. Why did they beat Canada? I don't know.
Canada, France will be a banger, and they both speak French, so.
But that didn't happen. It was Denmark, France instead, and Denmark lost.
They did. Up next.
Final quarterfinal.
I have England versus Germany.
England, Jamaica.
Old foes in Germany. They're going to batter them like they did in the Euro final. We didn't batter them, but
okay.
Chloe K's going to come on and score late. There we go. Poetic.
So England, Jamaica.
How did Jamaica get here? We don't really know.
Don't know why Jamaica are here. They're not really much longer though. Oh. England are going to win. Okay. I don't know why Jamaica are in the quarterfinals.
Is it coming home? We'll find out in just a moment. Semi-finals though. First game is Norway, Netherlands.
I've got Netherlands, USA.
So a repeat of the group stage. Very interesting to me. I've got Norway, Netherlands and Australia, England. You have...
Netherlands, USA and France, England.
So some cracking semis either way, I would say.
Yeah, they're right.
It's interesting. Obviously, I could have the same as you if France beat...
Australia? How about
well, if I said that US beat Norway and that Australia and France beat Australia, we'd have the same semis. So it shows how close it is, how similar our thought process is here. I've gone for Norway to beat Netherlands.
Why?
Don't really know. I really like Guro, right? And I think they're a good side. I think they'll beat the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I think England are beating Australia. England
so you've got an England-Norway final.
I do. What is your...
I think that the Netherlands will beat the US.
Oh.
But I think that could be one of the best games we're going to see in a very long time.
That would be a cracker.
Like
Obviously, a repeat of the last final.
Yeah. And then I've got France-England to the USA final. That is going to be an England victory. Yeah,
fair enough. So the final, you have the Serena Weigmann derby of Netherlands-England.
Yeah.
Obviously, have former national side.
I'm more interested in the bronze final.
Are you? I am as well.
I've got USA France.
Bronze final? I've got Netherlands Australia.
I think my bronze final's better. But...
It probably is. But I've got the hosts playing in the bronze final.
Who's winning?
It's got to be the host, Australia.
Oh my Lord.
They're beating Netherlands. They're getting a little bronze medal. Sam Kerr is just going to be so good this tournament. They're going to get to the bronze final.
Fair enough. I've got USA France. I think USA are not going to take any silverware home. Or bronzeware in this case. France are going to win.
I don't even think they're going to get to the semis, mate. So this would be a very disappointing US World Cup.
France to win the bronze final.
Fair enough. The final then. Do you want to go first? Netherlands versus England.
Well, I'm not going to say Netherlands, am I?
Yeah, I've got England as well. Yeah. It's coming home. We're the best. Serena Weigmann. I'm not going to say that because
we're going to win, aren't we?
Yeah. I hope so. I think it's coming home. We look good. We look obviously winners of the Euros last summer. I think it's going to be another magical summer for the Lionesses.
And we'll become, I believe, the first ever women's team to hold the Finalissima, the Euros, and the World Cup.
2 caveats there.
What?
Nobody else could hold the Finalissima because that was only introduced into women's football this year, right? So that still valid point. Yeah. nobody else could win the Euros and the World Cup because US were too good and Brazil were too good.
Still counts as the record.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying nobody else has done it.
Oh, we'll also be one of the first to hold the Euros and the World Cup without the list, man.
Well, I think we might be one of the. Yeah, we're probably
so good.
Probably
at
like Germany in the 90s. Well, we might get knocked out.
Get Serena Weigmann.
We'll get grouped by Haiti and stuff now.
Get Serena Weigmann once she's conquered women's football, which she has because she's won every international competition in England. Get her in the men's team. Been off Southgate.
But right, 100% here, right? Serena Weigmann deserves a knighthood. Like that's not even up for contention. An honorary one. Like when they give it to someone where they're not, because she's not English.
Is it Dame?
So she has to get an honorary one, right?
Yeah.
And she already got one.
It's not Sir, is it? It's not Sir Serena Weigmann.
No, it's
Is it Dame?
Gotta be. No, Dame's
Lady.
like. Here is woman. What is? Oh God, how do we not know this?
Yeah. Oh, this is poor. I don't listen to royalty.
Just
No, it's a joke. Don't come after me. I don't want some beef eater, a massive thing on his head come after me. But what is it?
Dame or lady. Dame or lady.
I know.
You did know it. You didn't back yourself. But should I say what Serena Weigmann? But this is what I'm saying. If Gareth Southgate won the Euros, right? We would be calling him Sir Gareth Southgate.
He'd be given the king.
So why is it not Sir Serena Weigmann? I know she's not English, but
doesn't matter
anyway.
I want a Dame Serena Weigmann.
You can give her an honorary one. Yeah, she's got a CBE, which is an honorary one. Let's give her an honourary knighthood.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible. But
get your sword out, William, and put it on her shoulders.
Why would William do it?
He does it, doesn't he?
Charles not do it.
No.
He's in charge. He runs it.
Oh yeah, no, he would. I swear William did. William does the MBEs.
Well, yeah.
That's what confuses me.
That's the king's got
Charles hasn't knighted anyone yet, has he?
No. Do they not do? No, he was around for the New Year's honours.
No.
Queen died last August. He'd have done the New Year's honours.
Yeah, he would have.
So he must have knighted someone.
Yeah.
And that's what Weigmann would have got the CBE in.
Weigmann. Right, what's his name? Charles. Get your sword
It's the king,
out.
I don't know.
Put it on her shoulders. Call her a
Be very careful. Wait till after the World Cup, maybe. If she wins the World Cup, there's no... She's got to. It's just a fact. She has to be a dame.
She's magical.
I mean, she's already Dame Serena Weigmann in my eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Come on, it's coming home, hopefully. Yeah. If you want to join us for the tournament, we are live every single day.
Mental.
Look out for the schedule. If you go to the
I can wait.
I can't. We will be live tomorrow for the opener. New Zealand, Norway will be live from 7:45 in the UK. It's an 8 a.m. kickoff. Just you wait till Friday, guys, because we're live at 3:15. But they are very early streams. Hopefully, a lot of you guys watching won't be in England because... You know, if we've got some US viewers, if we've got some, obviously from Australia, that'd be brilliant because it'll be a normal time for you. And of course, Asia, where time zones are different, would be nice to. We are getting up in the middle of the night. If there's any South Polians, if any penguins are tuning in, don't know if they're on the south or the north.
It's like I never that.
No, who knows?
If Santa's listening from the north,
Santa's watching.
Big up Father Christmas. What's going on?
Anyway, this is.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a cracking.
It should be a great tournament. Hopefully, you guys can join us for it. It's going to be great fun. If you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to enjoy the streams.
Yeah.
Especially seeing Harry wake up with downing caffeine to try and survive. I might, get addicted to coffee for a couple of months, so that'll be exciting. Anyway, we will be live every day. If you want to find the schedule, head on over to the community tab or any of our socials at _ the football chat _ on Instagram or sub to TFC on Twitter. I think I put it on there. Can't remember. Might not have. I will double check that after this. But the schedule will be out there, so go look for it. If you're on YouTube, you can find it quite easily by going to community tab. But yeah, go check that out. If you are listening to this, you can head on over to any of our socials, get involved, head on over to the YouTube video where you can comment as well, of course, and join us for the live streams. But that's everything for today then. Thank you guys very much for watching. It's been a great episode, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching or listening, and we will see you next time.
See ya.